Hello, students. Today the topic of discussion is fund management. We're going to see different types of fund management in this session. So, what is your learning outcome, and what could be your learning outcome of today classes? So, as you can see in the slide, today you are going to understand the types of fund and the importance in the market. Types of fund means we have lots of fund and how it is being utilized in the market, and what is the benefit in the economy as well to the company also. We'll see in today's session. So what is the concept of this images as I'm reflecting in this slides? As you can see, lots of different color is there. Coins is there in the tree, and in the base you can see like somehow it's having a two coins, then four, five, eight. Somehow it's growing. People are dancing. Some development is being showing. So this is for your critical thinking. From this image, how you are going to reflect it and what perceptions you are going to gain from these images. Getting? So we'll see in the class. Now coming to the main aspects, that is types of investment fund. How many types are there in the market? Like I meant to say, types of investments basically rolling in the market. You can come to your with your own points. So seeing in the slides, we can view out like lots of different category can be seen in as a types. That is mutual fund, exchange traded fund, hedge fund, real estate investment trust, index fund, then target date to fund, close ended fund, and then money market funds, specialty fund, private equity fund, fund of fund. These are all the 11 types of investment as you can see in this slide. So you'll see one by one what is the concept of mutual fund in a brief, not in very much detail. What is the concept of mutual fund? So mutual fund basically what is the concept of pulling of money? Pulling of money means what? Taking your money from the investors and any institution like bank or the company playing as like a mediocre, pulling out your money from the investors and investing in the market. That is the concept of pool of money. So mutual fund is basically defined as a pool of money from many investors to purchase a diversified portfolio of stock, bond, or other securities. We can see like different types of MF we can see in the market. That is equity fund, bond fund, money market fund, hybrid fund, index fund, and sector fund. So what is equity fund? That is basically primarily in stock. It's aimed for capital growth and are suited for long-term investors. Bond fund basically define what? It's a invest in bond, government bond, or other debt instrument. Money market, as you know, that's for short-term aspects. Hybrid is basically is a combination of a stock and bond. Index is basically listed top 50, you can say top 500. That fund is known as index fund. And the sector is basically defining some specific sector of the economy, such as technology, healthcare, therefore higher risk and rewarded potential. Got it? Okay, moving to the next slide. That is ETF, exchange traded fund. So what is ETF? ETF is more or less we can say similar to mutual fund, but are traded on stock exchange like individual stock. So different types of ETF you can see like specific stock index, specific bond index, as like a mutual fund, but it is being categorized as some specific type. Commodity ETF invest in physical commodity, sector industry. ETF focus on specific sector or industries. International ETF stock or bond in specific country. Inverse and leverage ETF designed to provide the opposite performance of a specific index or amplify the performance. This is basically known as exchange traded fund. Getting? Now the third is basically a hedge fund. Hedge is all about uh, taking an insurance of your investment. How we basically take insurance of our life through the life insurance, health insurance, motor insurance, different types of precaution we take for different types of property, including us also. So there is what hedge fund. When you are not capable of taking up much risk, 100% risk, partial risk, we basically go for the safer side. That is known as hedge fund. Hedge fund is basically defining as an investment fund that employ various strategies to earn active return for their investors. It is being defined as long, short equity, market neutral, event driven, global macro, and quantitative. Now, the pension fund we can see in the moving the next slide. Pension is basically investment of pool that pay for workers' retirement funded by contributions from employers and the employee. Private equity fund is basically investment fund that buy and restructure a company that are publicly traded. Types venture capital, buyout funds, growth capital. This all defining as a private equity fund and the pension fund. Now the last we can see fund of fund. Fund of fund is basically what? Fund of fund that invest in portfolio of other investment of fund rather than investing directly in securities. Fund of fund that invest in portfolio of other investment fund rather than investing directly in securities. Types basically we can see fund of fund, that is a mutual fund of fund, hedge fund of fund, private equity fund. So how you can define what is the uh, types? We can see mutual fund of fund. There is a how you're going to define hedge fund of fund, private equity fund. As you know, you all the definition of fund, mutual fund, hedge fund, and private equity fund. But then the different word is being attached. The fund of fund, mutual fund of fund. So we'll see one by one. Now seeing the target dated fund, there is target dated fund. Somehow it is showing some we are targeting some particular data. There is a definition. We can say fund designed to grow assets for a specific time frame, like within a month, within 6 months, periodically, quarterly, whatever. Typically until retirement, the asset allocations become more conservative as the targeted approaches. Conservative mode is basically showing the narrowing aspects. The money doesn't get a much flow due to the time constraint, we can say. So target dated fund have some advantage, that is a simplified investment process, professional management, automatic rebalancing, and some disadvantages also there. One size fits all approach may not suit all investors. Potentially higher fees because somehow the mediocre is playing a role here. And then market risk just because as we're in the developing stage in our economy, so market volatile is being attached by default. We cannot make it sure like everything will be in a very stable form or in stagnant form. So market risk is the core reason for the disadvantage negative aspects. So coming to the sovereign wealth fund, what is the concept of sovereign word here? Sovereign is SWF is basically the state-owned investment fund comprised of money generated by the government, often driven from the country reserve, which is set aside for investment purpose that will benefit the country's economy and its citizens. The funding for SWF can come from variety of sources such as surplus revenue from natural resources, foreign exchange reserve, trade surplus, fiscal surplus, recipient resulting from privatization. SWF invest in a variety of assets such as stock, bond, real estate, precious metal, or alternative investments such as private equity fund or hedge fund. So why basically we consider a sovereign wealth fund matter in our system? Because it's play a crucial role in stabilizing economic, diversifying investment, securing the financial future of their national economy by investing in foreign assets. SWF can protect the local economy from fluctuation in commodity prices or exchange rate. Additionally, these funds can serve as strategic purposes such as providing capital for major domestic projects, improving infrastructure, fostering sustainable economic development. Size and strategy of SWF can be significant influence the global financial market. Basically, give a very positive impact or uh, negative as well in the globalization form. So we'll see this type of fund with the example now. Diversification, how we are going to take this diversification what with the classroom diversity. Diversification basically diversified with different category, different product, different market, different reason, different religion, whatever we say, diversification. India is well known for the diversification only. So how we see this diversification what with the classroom diversity? Classroom diversity basically refer here that is the different mindset, different level of understanding, different level of critical thinking, different level of focus in study. There is a classroom diversity. When different level of diversity comes together in one platform, and then we are trying to achieve one objective, that is you to make aware about the things, to make you more active in the class, to make you more think about the topic. We can say critical thinking, to be more positive in the class response, whether we are not judging about the things like you are wrong or right, whatever the things. That is known as classroom diversity. We are correlating with the word diversification. So classroom with the students from different background. As you can see, the explanation also given in the slide. The student from different background and interest encourage a learning from one another and foster a well-rounded environment. Okay? Similarly, diversification your investment. Your investment also need a diversified sector. Diversification portfolio across various types of fund can help us spread risk, reduce the risk, it spread out the risk. You're not stuck in a one positions that if there would be a gain, it would be 100%, or there if there would be a risk or losses, it would be 100%. So it's spread out the risk. Somehow, if I face any type of uncertainty, then it could be possibility of one sector only, not the whole sector of the economy where I have invested in different section, different layering, different risk-taking portfolio. So that is known as spreading a risk. It help diversification basically helps to spread a risk, increase a return, potential return, not return only, potential return, and then create a robust investment portfolio. So it basically help to build up a good investment portfolio. Getting? So I hope you got the word diversification word with the classroom diversification.